Right, I'm going to attempt to show you how to make like a birch bark tray. I've had this bit of birch bark soaking in some warm water for a couple of hours. It may work, it might not. It might just split. First thing I'll do, I'm going to draw it on with a pen so you can see where I'm going to do these folds. I'm not going to do it too precise. Don't know if you can see that, just about there, because these corners have got to be folded. So, like I said, this might not work. It might do, you don't know. This fold was probably going to fail though. Oh, forgot that. Get your knife and score down. Back of the knife, I'm scoring along the marks I've made. This should help it fold a bit. Don't press too hard, you don't want to go right the way through it. These ones shouldn't need too much of a score because they seem to just go anyway, because that's still like the way of the grain of the bark is. That's it, so you want to get it like that and then fold that bit over. Now you could peg that or stitch it. So I'll stick a stitch through it. I'll try it with this one. You can always neaten up any edges afterwards. Right, so far that's that end done. You can always cut this top bit off here. And once you've got your stitches in, you could always add some more. Always put a bit of pine resin or something on, or you could always put pine resin on it, you know, pine pitch glue, whatever. I was just looking at that. I wonder how that I managed to get 2 bits of thread there and one there. I couldn't figure that out. Got a little bit there we could need to just stitch down or trim off. And then the last fold. See, this is drying out a bit already. This has been soaking for a couple of hours. What I may need to do later is use like an awl or something to make some extra holes through some of these bits, because some of these are like 4 bits of bark and it's hard to get the needle through it. I'll get that bit tied. I just pulled the needle off the thread and then dropped it on the floor. Like I said, it might be better if you actually soak this for longer than what I did. I soaked it in relatively warm water for about 2 hours. It's drying out already and becoming quite brittle. And this was bark what was on an already dead silver birch tree, so that might be why it's quite dry. I'll just tie this off. Right, I'll just trim a couple of these edges off. So the other end's not too bad. Well, I'm not claiming to be any expert on making birch bark containers or anything. And that was quite hard to get a decent bit of birch bark off of a dead tree. But there is a birch bark container. Just about done it. Use that for putting things in, or if you went out collecting berries or something, chuck them in there or something. Or whatever. I don't know if it'll hold water, it might do. I'll always try that in a minute as well. Right, well anyway, that's it. Birch bark container. If you could do this good enough to hold water, then you could use this for rock boiling or whatever. This one, I did just put water in this. It wouldn't hold water. It seemed to come out the sides here on the seams. Right, anyway, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.